Hey, we are back with the In Between the Lines podcast. Jake here, got Jeff with the Wu-Tang. What's going on?
Hey, what's up? What's up with it, man? You know it's Wu-Tang. Hey, neither one of my teams are really worthy of me wearing, so I had to switch it up.
That's
Wu-Tang
fair.
always been true.
That's fair. That's fair. What did you think of the Lions and Bears game?
Um, I mean, we never really had a shot in this one. I mean, the last game was, more competitive. As everybody know, the world know, we screwed that game up at the end.
Yeah.
But I think the Bears have really just checked out, man. Even last night, I think Caleb Williams had 45 yards of passing. Um, it's just horrible, man. I mean,
I had to turn last night's game off.
yeah,
That was a struggle bus for both teams.
it was 6-3. It wasn't because the defenses were so great. I just think the offense was just trash.
Yeah.
I think they checked out. It's been proven that everybody on our coaching staff was just bad hires. I've never seen a whole coaching staff just bad.
Yeah.
Somebody normally steps up and be like, okay, this guy got potential. We ain't got that
No.
at all. At
No.
all.
It is bad because there's talent on the roster. So, yeah, that makes it frustrating.
Yeah, and now it's talks that Pete Carroll is interested in the job.
Really?
Yeah,
One of the things that annoyed me about the game was all the talk during the game about Ben Johnson going there. I'm like, bro, settle down. We're still playing right now. And I felt like the commentators basically wanted it to happen on the spot. It was wild.
right, right. And I'm just, Ben Johnson may be great. I'm not taking nothing away from the guy, but I'm just not a fan of having a first-time head coach right now.
Yeah, he's a great offensive coordinator, but he might suck as a head coach.
Yeah. That's a gamble that you take.
Mm-hmm.
You don't find a McVay and Kyle Shanahan, and it's a lot of complaints about Kyle. I mean, he's given some games away. You know what he did in the Super Bowl against New England some years back. So,
Right.
That's the only thing you're gonna get with Shanahan. You're gonna pretty much make the playoffs if you got a healthy team. You're gonna. But we've had a lot of playoff teams. I want some Super Bowl teams.
I hear you.
So,
Now
as everybody does, right?
I'm in a weird predicament this week where I have to root for Green Bay Packers this week.
Because you want the number one seed.
Yeah.
And the division, yeah.
Yeah, because if Green Bay wins this week and we win, week 18 doesn't matter. So, yeah, it can be clinched this weekend. So,
wait a minute. So we play. So, Green Bay is gonna beat Chicago.
no, Green Bay's playing Minnesota.
Oh, I'm thinking about next weekend, the last week of the game, last week of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we don't play Sunday.
Right.
I think Minnesota can win that game.
Oh, it's in Minnesota. I think Minnesota can win that game too. I'm rooting for Green Bay to win though. And that's weird. Those words feel weird coming out of my mouth.
I know, man. I don't ever think I can fix my.
It might be easier to say that I'm rooting for Minnesota to lose. How's that? That sounds a lot better than Green Bay to win. But we need it, man. We need it. Like I said, with the injuries, like I said, I think we can go out. Especially Detroit doesn't play till Monday night, so they'll already know the outcome. But if Green Bay beats Minnesota on Sunday night, and we win, then yeah, that Week 18 matchup against Minnesota doesn't matter. We would have the tiebreaker even if we lost. And so to me, I want the let's go ahead and clinch it right now. Maybe rest a few people, not maybe for the full game, but rest some people and get that bye week and the home field advantage. Like I said, to me, let's wrap it up right now.
Yeah, because Philly has lost their third game already, correct?
Yeah, Philly can still win it if a couple things happen, but yeah, there has to
Okay.
be a lot of things that happen for them to get this number one seed. So I want it. I want some people to get healthy. I want that home field. I want that bye. I want it all this week. So it's
Oh yeah, as you should.
I mean
Okay.
I'd be even willing to wear a cheese head this week to make it happen.
Damn.
Yeah. That's how
Easy,
much I
killer.
want
Easy. Easy, 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 easy. Don't get too drastic on me.
like I said, if it doesn't happen this week, I won't be super disappointed because, like I said, then it just puts us in the point. Okay, well then go win next week. But so I won't be disappointed. But you know what I was disappointed at? Those playoff games. Those playoff college games were horrible. Absolutely horrible.
Yeah, it wasn't exciting to watch at all, man. I
Not
was
any of them.
no, not at all. I thought I thought Tennessee was going to play a better game, but then I had a feeling right before the game. I said, man, I think Ohio State about to blow these cats out because they was just so under so much scrutiny after losing that Michigan game.
Mm-hmm.
I said, oh man, they gonna come with a vengeance today.
Yeah, and they did.
And what was the other game?
Notre Dame and Indiana was
Yeah,
horrible.
yes. Notre Dame. Did you see how they was just swarming around the ball on defense, man? I was just like, wow. And I know they was playing Indiana, but I didn't expect that.
I mean, Indiana was one of the highest scoring teams in the country, though. But like I said, I know there was a lot of talk. Who did they play? Who did they play? They didn't beat anybody solid. Michigan was their best win, and Michigan was a 7-5 off year. But I mean, the only other ranked team they played, I think, was Ohio State, and Ohio State blew them out. So I get it,
Yeah,
but I still expected more of a fight. And then Penn State and SMU was horrible. I mean, the best game of the weekend was the Clemson and Texas game, and even that was a blowout.
yeah. And I was actually disappointed that I had to work the weekend. I'm like, man, the first college playoff. I'm like, man, I hate I gotta work, and man, that was a good night to go to work.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good night.
Yeah.
So now I'm just looking towards New Year's Eve. Georgia, Notre Dame.
I think that'll be a good one.
Yeah, yeah. We hope.
I hope.
We hope.
I hope.
And Ohio State and Oregon.
That's
You
that's the one everybody's looking at, I think.
And that comes on at 8:45.
Yep, prime time, New Year's Day.
And I'm just, I got a bone to pick with the college scheduling, man. Man, we want to kick it on New Year's Eve, man. We want to party and bring in the new year, and y'all putting the game on. I mean, they do it every year, but still, man, come on, man.
I love it. I love
really?
it. Yeah, I'm not a big partier, so like I said, to me, I love that there's a football game going on New Year's Eve that I get to watch. I mean, even if we're at somebody else's house, it's on, and I'm still watching it. I don't party like that.
Yeah. Well, I hope wherever we go, they have the game on.
Yeah, and then Michigan plays on New Year's Eve too. Michigan plays Alabama on New Year's Eve.
Oh, is that New Year's Eve?
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't realize that. What time does that come on?
I don't remember what time, but yeah, it's a New Year's Eve game.
Let's check that out right now.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that's a early game.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm hoping it's like a 12 or a 4.
it's, hmm, 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's at noon. That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Okay.
Yeah, speaking of Michigan, I had we there was all that talk once Bryce Underwood start or signed that they were talking about that Jaden Davis. Oh, he's going to transfer. He's going to transfer. But did you see the post? I think it was either yesterday or early this morning.
Uh-uh.
His comment was, "I've never been afraid of a little competition." So
Oh man,
I
that's
love it. I love that mindset.
yeah. So he's not leaving.
He's not leaving this year. I think this year. I mean, things could get changed if he loses the competition. You know what I mean? But
Right.
I just like that he believes in himself enough that he's like, no, I'm good. I'm not going to shy away from competition.
But
I like
Bryce
that.
doesn't plan on playing this coming season, right?
I've heard both. I've heard that yeah, they plan on bringing him right in, and I've also heard that no, the plan was to bring in a transfer quarterback and have him sit. So I don't know. I don't know what the truth is.
Okay.
Because you saw they just got a transfer quarterback. They got that Fresno State kid who's a pretty good quarterback.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I forget what
No,
his name is, but he's a good quarterback that they picked up in the transfer portal. So
but I seen a receiver committed to Michigan, decommitted from Ole Miss, if I'm not mistaken.
they complete opposite of what they did in the transfer portal last year. They've got all kinds of transfer portal kids this year. It's going to be a different team next year. So I
That's
like it.
what's up.
I
I'm
like it.
already excited, man. When you get news like this, you hate you got to wait all the way until September. I mean, this
Mm-hmm.
is
Mm-hmm.
9 months away.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But hey, I hope this week's football games are a lot better than last week's. Where I know that. Like I said, I don't know what to think about Boise State versus Penn State. I don't know what I think about Boise State. Who's Texas playing? Texas is playing Arizona State. I think that's going to be a blowout. To be honest with you, I think that'll be a blowout. I'm hoping the other three are decent. Is what I'm hoping.
Yeah, yeah. It's hard for me to pick a favorite to win it all because I think Georgia can, I think Texas can, I think Oregon can. Um, I don't know if Ohio State. I mean, I guess anything can happen, but I'm just not sold on Ohio State's quarterback, man.
Yeah,
To do that, I'm just not. I could be wrong, but
we'll
he
see.
doesn't do it for me.
I think if they beat Oregon this week, I think they have a really good shot.
Mm.
If they beat Oregon, I think they have a really good shot.
And that's on a neutral site, right?
It's at the Rose Bowl, so
Whew.
that's tough for Ohio State, which makes me so sad.
We'll see, man. I'll be tuned in. There's actually bowl games going on right now.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
I'm about to drive up north for the weekend, so I won't get to watch anything today. But I'll be all weekend. I'll be watching stuff though.
Up north, all the way up to the UP.
Not to UP. We go up to like Bay Harbor, Petoskey area. Like I said, the wife and kids are already up there, but they're skiing for the weekend. I'm not skiing. I sprained an ankle this weekend playing basketball, but I'm gonna go up and watch.
Amy get on skis.
She does sometimes. Sometimes she just goes and hangs out. Other times she skis. But yeah,
Wow. I really need to check my manhood. I ain't getting on no skis, man.
well,
Screw that.
she grew up skiing though. Like I want to say one of her good high school friends was a Melling, and they actually owned one of those ski lodges up there, so she'd go up there a lot.
Mm,
So
okay.
so we go up. We haven't in the last 2 years, but we usually go up a couple times a year. But at least once a year we go up skiing.
I've never been up north in Michigan.
What's the farthest up north you've been?
What's the name of that city?
Lansing,
No, a little further north than that.
Mount Pleasant.
Mount Pleasant. That's the
Okay.
furthest north I've been.
Yeah, that's
And I only went there because my sister went to Central
Central
Michigan.
Michigan. Yeah,
And I went to go and visit her. And even then, I was just there to visit her. And then I got back in the car and drove back.
that's funny
So
because that's not even halfway up. It's
no, man.
it's like a different state up there. It's so much different than anything down here. It's
Yeah, I got.
it's beautiful. We like I said, we go up to the Petoskey, Traverse City area a couple times a year. We like I said, we go skiing up there, and then I usually do some type of golf trip up there every summer too. It's beautiful. It's
Hmm.
beautiful. Well,
Traverse City. I've heard it 1,000 times, but I've never been.
yeah, it's nice. It's nice if you like skiing, if you like golfing, or if you like outdoors. And I guess none of those things are you, are they?
Nah. It's, but you know what? I did hear that the residents in the UP are actually Green Bay fans instead of Detroit fans.
Because it's closer to them. Yeah, that's true. I said I know a lot of Green Bay fans that are Upers. You know,
Mm.
because yeah, it's closer. It's a closer drive. It's a close. Yeah, it's kind of wild.
Yeah, screw 'em.
Yeah, right.
They shouldn't even. They shouldn't even be. The UP shouldn't even be part of Michigan.
did did you get to watch any of the Christmas basketball games?
Just here and there, it was Christmas Day, man. So we was outside, we was grilling, talking, eating, you know, sipping. It was you know, I didn't
That,
get a chance to sit down and watch a game, and I rarely do on Christmas Day. But
yeah. So we always do our Christmas usually on Christmas Eve. We open all our presents on Christmas Eve, and then so on Christmas it's actually my niece's birthday, and we're really close with them. So we just sleep in on Christmas, and then we go and hang out over at our it's Amy's sister's house, and we hang out there through the day, open birthday presents. But yeah, we watched basketball and football the whole time. So I watched all 5 games. They were all pretty.
oh wow,
They were all pretty good. I mean, yeah, they started at noon, and I think I went to bed at about midnight. It was wild.
I was pretty upset that I missed the Kansas City Pittsburgh game.
Well, you don't need to be upset because it was horrible. Both of those games were
Yeah,
bad.
yeah. When I seen the score, I was like, okay, well, I guess I didn't miss much there. But
Yeah, yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
yeah.
We were flipping through it. My brother-in-law doesn't really like basketball, but he's a huge football fan, and he's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. So he had that on the big TV, and then I had my little iPad out, and I was watching basketball. But so we were
He
watching
should
both
have
of it, but it was bad.
he should have had Pittsburgh on the iPad.
Yeah, right. And he brought up,
Wow.
Pittsburgh's got a good record, but as he just brought up, he said they just lost 3 times in 11 days. That's wild.
Yeah, that's too much football, man, in the
Yeah.
shortest amount of time. I don't. I have a problem with they scheduling too.
Hmm.
You didn't have to. And LeBron actually said something that I agree with.
He did.
Surprisingly, like,
He said that's
damn,
our
this
day.
is, yeah, come on, man. You didn't have to force that like that. You have them play on Saturday for them to have a turnaround on a Wednesday. Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because like kind of bringing that up. We discussed it was our last episode. We were talking about the NBA ratings and stuff like that. Uh, the Christmas ratings were fantastic. They said they had the best ratings that they've had in several years, and best ratings of the season so far. But Charles Barkley brought it up, saying that he thought they should start the season on Christmas. That should be when they start the season. kind of like the year that they had a shortened COVID year. He had brought up that, that shortened year where they started late in the season like that were some of their better viewings. And as he had said, in that early season, they can't compete with the NFL. And so he
Right.
said, so start after Christmas. Make Christmas be that big start because it is a huge ratings day. And then condense it after that. And I was like, oh, that might be a good idea.
Now, Christmas is going to be on Thursday in 2025, which we already know the NFL like playing games on Thursday. So they're going to run into this again. That's not right. I don't think that's, and I wonder, is this all the commissioner that does this? Does that all fall on him, or do you know?
I don't. It seems like the Players Association would have a say in it.
Well, that they are very against, playing these games in a short amount of time like that.
Right.
The players are not fans of Thursday night games. Richard Sherman has been on record with that. Yeah, December 25th, 2025, on a Thursday. It's not a leap year, so it's going to fall on Thursday. And I wonder how they going to pull this one off.
Yeah, that's interesting because, like I said, I agree with LeBron. When I think of Christmas and sports, I think of the NBA. I think, there's going to be some NBA games.
Those are that's like it's almost, like that's the big game. That's when that's when I start watching basketball. It's like around this time.
Yeah, that's what you've always said. And they always set up some pretty decent matchups for those games. I mean, they set it ahead of time with games they think, these are going to be good matchups. These are going to get good viewership. And they were good matchups. Like I said, I watched every game. They were fantastic. So
yeah,
it was funny. I had the opportunity. I've been off since the 20th. And so, like the last couple of days, I've been watching all these different NBA documentaries. So the other day, I watched the Redeem Team on Netflix. It was all about that team that they put together after they got bronze in the Olympics, and they picked up Kobe, and Kobe kind of was that spark that kind of kicked them in gear. I don't know if you've seen that, but that's a fantastic documentary. It's called Redeem Team.
I haven't seen the documentary.
It's good.
Is that the same year that Kobe said he was guarding the best player on every team?
I don't know if that's the case or not. I just know that they were trying to figure out what to do. They had some of those young guys like LeBron and Wade and Bosh,
yeah, that's it.
Carmelo,
that's the same season. Yeah,
and they were like, we need to get somebody, and they'd asked Kobe, and Kobe was like, yeah, I'll do it. And they didn't know what to think of Kobe because he didn't really have any friends. He was really serious, and that was what was so good about it. Some of those different things that they brought up, like they were like, they were all going out and they were going out and partying, and he was like,
they all started following his lead. Yeah,
he was heading to the gym, and then it was like one morning they were getting home from partying at like 5 a.m. He's walking to the gym, and they're like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Working out." And then that's what they said. They said like the next week, all of a sudden, Dwayne Wade started going with them, and the next thing you know, they were all working out at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I've seen clips of that.
Oh yeah, it was great. And then like the one where they talk about when they played Spain, and Spain was the team I think that might have won it the year before or something like that. But Paul Gasol was on the team, and they said he had told them
he was going right through his chest.
First clamp going through him, and they're like, "Yeah, whatever." And he did. He just ran right through him like he wasn't there, and they all like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah,
and they're like, "We knew we were going to beat him by 30 points that game because Kobe wasn't playing." Just to see his mindset that was what was so impressive to me. And then, like, so the other thing that I watched it yesterday. It was called "The Legend of the 81-point game." And the focus of it is that 81-point game that he scored, but it goes to his whole career. That show had me crying like a little bitch.
Really?
Oh, I mean, I love Kobe. I mean,
I do too.
I love Kobe, and so that's how it started. It started with different people that had played with him before learning about him dying. And I remember specifically where I was at when I had heard that too. I was at a basketball tournament at Jackson College, and I think it was actually Amy that said, Kobe Bryant just died. And I'm like, no way. And then I
Yeah,
started seeing
yeah,
people do it, and it was like, oh my God. So to watch the show and how that started, it kind of brought me back to that point. And then it's got the people talking at the funeral. And yeah, it was emotional. And then it just talked about how everything culminated for him to get that 81 point game. And it was good. It was good.
yeah. When you hear stories like that, for him to lead those superstars, for them to just change up and start following his lead on what he was doing. And it's stories like that I hear, and I'd be like, LeBron, who? Really?
Yeah,
I mean,
it was funny because in that they show. They're both on that team. He was clearly the guy. Kobe was
yeah,
clearly the guy, and he's the one that led them to that championship. And it was funny because there was parts in the show where they were talking about, two alpha dogs, and could they play with each other, and Kobe, who's better, Kobe or LeBron? It was like you watch it and it was like it's fucking Kobe. Kobe was it was easily Kobe, and everybody looked up to Kobe, and he was the one that everybody looked up to. He was the dog. And
yeah.
so, if you consider LeBron a dog or not, I can hear people make the arguments that, yeah, he is a dog. And like I said, I'm never going to say that LeBron's not a great player, but when he was in the same room with Kobe, he didn't hold a candle to Kobe.
No, no, not at all. It's not even close.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
It's not even close. But I will say, because you said you was crying, right?
I cried a couple times. I'm glad my wife wasn't here.
Listen, man. When Michael Jackson passed away, I was extremely sad. I'm such a big Michael Jackson fan. I was just like, man, I was just in the dumps, like, man, I can't believe Mike gone. It was almost like a family member. I'm like, man, because I grew up watching Michael Jackson, and
Yeah.
But when Kobe passed, man, I actually dropped tears.
Yeah, I did too.
That was devastating, man. That was.
And you know what's weird to me too about it? Like I said, I wasn't a Kobe fan like back when he was a superstar. When he was that guy, when he was with the Lakers and the Shaq and all that kind of stuff. I wasn't a big Kobe fan. I respected his game. I knew he was good, and I knew he was
Right.
unstoppable. But I was a Pistons guy. Didn't really like Kobe. It was more towards the end of his career when he won those two championships without Shaq. I was like, okay, that's impressive. But it was towards the end of his career where I started to become a fan of his, where it's like, I really respect his work ethic. I really respect his
Yeah.
dedication. I really respect the whole Mamba mentality. And then after he retired, huge fan. Like I said, it was one of those, I can't believe that I didn't like him. He was totally one of those guys, though, that if he would have been on the Pistons, I
Oh.
I probably would have. I would probably be calling him the GOAT and saying he's the greatest of all time if he was on the
Yeah.
Pistons. If he was one of those guys that if he's on your team, you love him. If he's on the other team, you hate him, and you hate him because of how good he is.
I don't know if any other athlete, just thinking off the top of my head, proved the world wrong like he did. Because it just wasn't, a few people here and there. The world was saying this cat could not win without Shaq.
Yeah,
You just heard it, when they had their little beef. It just split everybody. He'd never win without Shaq. Never
yeah,
win without Shaq. And I'm just like, I don't know if that's necessarily true.
yeah.
And for him to go and do that, not once, but twice.
Yeah. I was watching an interview with him just today because, like I said, that show yesterday got me all in my Kobe moods, and so
Right.
I was watching an episode with him today, and I mean, and what the story I'm about to tell is some of the reason why I love him is so he was talking about how he didn't really pay attention to when people were saying he couldn't win without Shaq. He didn't pay attention to it. What bothered him was when Shaq said it. He said when Shaq said it, he was like, "Whoa, okay." And then that's kind of why he wanted him gone. And so then he was actually being interviewed. He was interviewing with Shaq. And he had said that when Shaq left, Shaq was like, "Was it true that you wanted to, like, when I left, you wanted to get more championships than me?" He was like, "Hell yeah." He
Yeah,
said, "Hell
yeah,
yeah, I
yeah. I
wanted to get one."
remember that.
He said, "And I knew when you went to Miami that you were going to get at least one." He said, "So I knew that meant
Yep.
that I'm going to have to get a couple." And he said, "And then when you got that one, I was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Now I can go to work." And he said, I needed you to do that. I needed you to prove it. And I needed you to give me something to go and say, okay, I got to get two. To me, Jesus Christ, you know what? That's what he said.
Yeah.
He said, you know what I did once you won the championship? I went to the gym. I was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
love this dude.
I
Love this dude.
love that interview with him and Shaq.
Mm-hmm.
And what's funny about that, I don't know if you remember this, but he was coming to Chicago when he was getting ready to leave LA and come to Chicago, and I had got a call from my cousin because he knew somebody that was pretty close to the Bulls organization, and he said, "Hey man, we got Kobe. It hasn't broken yet, but we got Kobe." I'm like, "Man, get out of here!" And I never really believed it, but Kobe came on at that interview and confirmed it. He was like, we was looking at houses. I was starting to look at schools and enroll the girls in. And Shaq said it. He was like, "So you was really going to Chicago?" He was like, "Yeah." He said they had the best pitch for us to come. And I was like, he said, and I'm going to do it. But the Lakers came back later and was like, nah, and they matched or did whatever, to keep them there. But at that, I would have been, oh my God.
There was some talks at that same time about him coming to the Pistons too. I remember that they had said that they had a trade in place. I'm trying to remember who it was, but it ended up getting shot down. But there was some talk about him coming to the Pistons as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, have you ever collected any of the Kobe shoes? Because those are a hot item right now.
It's hard. It's so hard to get them.
Yeah.
I try. The last pair that I got the GGs, the Kobe GGs, and then I got the girl dads. Have you seen either one of those?
I mean, not by name. I don't know if you'd have to show them to me. I mean, I've seen a bunch of Kobe's.
Let's see here. Bear with me. Okay. These are the GGs.
Yeah, I've seen those.
It's got the 2 on the side, her number.
Yeah, are those the 5s or the 6s?
6s, I believe.
6s. Okay.
It's got GG on the back.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I got a few of them, but not the ones that I've been going for lately. I have not been able to score them at all. This is an older pair. I got these. I even got I got some holiday ones too. The 4th of July Kobe's.
Okay, I like those.
Yeah, it's got the stars and stuff on them. This is one of my favorite pair.
I like those, yeah.
And I probably
that the Kobe's are the most worn shoe in the NBA right now in games.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
The Grinches and the reverse Grinches.
So I don't like the reverse Grinches because I'm not a big fan of red shoes, but I love the Grinches. I would love to have a pair of the Grinches.
And these are the Kobe girl dads.
Oh, I like those. Are those suede?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
Sway. This is, I don't know if you remember the clip, but he was at the Laker game. This was after he retired. He had on the green beanie, and I think he had on like an orange shirt. And it just resembles everything he was wearing that day when he was talking to his daughter on the sideline, about the game.
Yeah.
So I was intrigued to get these. I had to get these. I haven't worn them yet, but I have a plan on taking my daughter to Disney World this summer, and that's why I'm gonna bring them out.
Oh, that's awesome. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah,
No, I've been
yeah.
looking. I really want the Grinches. There's another pair. I forget I forget what they're called, but it looks like I think they're called the X-rays, and they're blue. And if you look down on them from the top, it looks like it has a skeleton foot.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I like those a
Those
lot
are
too.
Halloween editions.
Yeah, and
They got.
I think the bones glow in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like those too.
they got Air Force Ones that's like that.
Yeah, those are
Yeah.
cool. Now, I actually have played in a pair of Kobe's. I played in a pair of Kobe 8s a couple weeks ago, and they're comfortable. It's weird because they're low top to me, though. I'm not used to playing in low top basketball shoes. And actually, I think
He
I was playing in the Kobe 8s when I sprained my ankle last week, now that I'm thinking about it.
he was the first player that I know that started playing in low top shoes, and I mean he was going hard in them.
Yeah.
Now like the Ja Morant shoes, the KDs, all of those are low top. But I guess the key is that how they tape the ankle.
Yeah.
So if you taped up pretty good,
Yeah, that's what I was going to
you,
look at. I don't tape myself, but I was just wondering if I got some type of good brace or support and wore them. Because, like I said,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, the John Morants are a popular shoe. The Sabrinas are a popular shoe, and those are very similar to the Kobe's. Like I said, I have a pair of the KD 17s, and they're not low top, but they're lower than normal. But they still feel like
Mm,
they have pretty good support. So, huh.
okay.
Now I hate to tell you this, Jeff, but you did not do well in your football picks last week.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
I did though.
How, really?
I went 7-2,
And what was my record?
4-5.
4-5.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Well, I gotta redeem myself this week, I
you
guess.
gotta redeem yourself.
And these are the harder picks because it's at the end of the season,
Yeah,
mostly divisional games.
yeah.
Man. Okay. Uh, so Saturday, Chargers, Patriots. I'm going Chargers.
I am too.
And you know what? This week I'm not gonna say I'm gonna pick this team because you picked them. I'm going for the win.
Smart. That's smart.
Broncos, Bengals. Ooh,
That's a good one. That is a good one. I am gonna go.
wow.
I'm gonna go Bengals.
Yeah, I think I'm going Bengals as well. Uh, let me see. Jets and Bills. That's not really. Raiders, Saints. Cowboys, Eagles. That's a divisional game, and the Cowboys have been playing pretty well here as of late.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
Eagles got to win this game, right?
I don't know that they have to. Well, yeah, they do. If they want a shot at the number one, like I said, they don't. Yeah, they'll play. They'll play. I've got Philly.
I'm gonna go Philly too. They at home. Let's see, Packers, Vikings. I gotta go Vikings, man. I know you pulling for Green Bay, but
I'm pulling for Green Bay, so I'm gonna pick Green Bay.
Okay. Falcons, Commanders.
I've got. Ooh, that's a tough one.
It is.
Atlanta's not a bad team, and I mean, Penix didn't blow the world away, but he didn't play bad either.
I'm gonna go Commanders.
Yeah, I think so. I think I am too.
Lions, 49ers.
I've got Lions.
Monday night game, Detroit favored by 3.5. And the only reason I'm pausing on this, I mean, the Lions is the obvious answer here, but lately, it's still not an easy win. The 49ers still play tough, man. But I'm a go Lions. Okay. All right. I think that's it. I mean, there was so many games played on Wednesday and Thursday, and
yeah.
Yeah, because the Chiefs and Steelers would have been a good one to pick. I mean, in hindsight, you'll pick the Chiefs now, but I think that would have been a tough pick for us.
I agree. I mean, I could have seen myself going with Pittsburgh at home on that one.
Yeah, and even then the Ravens and Texans, nobody's seen that coming either, man. 31-2. I mean, that was basically a shutout.
Yep. So, let's go.
Okay. All right, man. I know you got to get it going, huh?
Yeah, 4-hour drive.
By yourself?
Yeah, by myself. Like I said, Amy and the kids went up with her sister yesterday. I had basketball practice today and yesterday, so.
Hey, man, don't sweat it. A 4-hour drive to yourself, that's nothing. Relax. Throw on some Wu-Tang. I mean,
I might do that.
Man, make that drive easy. Oh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw.
Shimmy, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah.
Yeah. I still got the old DB in me.
Nice. All right. Well, you want to lead us off then?
Yes. As always, continue to like, subscribe, comment, share. Tell a friend. Tell a friend about us. Let your friends know about us. Yes, we having fun doing this. We are enjoying it. We hope you're enjoying it as well. All platforms, and I mean all platforms, you can check for us on. If you want us to cover your team, bring it up. We'll talk about them. Good or bad, we'll talk about them. All right?
Absolutely. But, yeah. Well, until next week, guys, go Lions. Go Green Bay.
Oh, man.
I just threw up in my mouth.
Well, I ain't got nobody to root for. but
Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang's forever. Wu-Tang is forever.
It's forever. My team suck. I'm not ashamed to say it. It hurts me to say it, but it is what it is. I hope we bounce back here in the near future.
All right. Till next week, guys.
All right. Till next week.